Greetings, honor students. We're going to jump into this, our last run of our darker purpose. I'm not even going to pretend that it was not a successful run. It was a very successful run. And let's watch it together as I do this commentary on post. I'm going to jump ahead all the boring stuff that happens before we get to the super interesting library section. So let's do that. Yes, indeed, floor 9 complete. We made it to the library in this run that I was playing just for the fun of it. I was like, holy crap, this is going places because this build is just amazing. So here's some post commentary on our 22nd run of our darker purpose. Quite the freaking amazing run. That I think this is going to be the absolute last of our darker purpose. I liked it. I think it was a great game, but I think I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to better things. I might still play now and then, but I'm a little disappointed. I have to say, I'm a bit disappointed with how little support the developers poured into this game. After release, it feels like they just tossed it out there, maybe patched it once, and that was about it. Which, it used to be the norm for all games out there before this internet era of constant support for games and putting on new content. I guess I've been spoiled with that type of treatment. I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that this is a bad game or a buggy game. Well, it does have its share of bugs. They're pretty minor, at least in my experience. I don't know what else is there. I know there's some purple screen of death. I know Zero Doxes has been encountered that quite a lot. Luckily for me, I have not had any kind of game-stopping bugs, but hey, it could still happen. Anyway, let's talk about the run itself. I have the most amazing build. I have flames coming out of my ass. I have a double shot whenever I stand still. The walking speed is simply amazing. I got a couple extra levels. Here's another one. I'm going for the attack damage, I think. Especially since drinking juice boxes will permanently increase the damage by 3. Definitely not going for the Velveteen Cabinet. Yes, indeed. What was I saying? Oh yeah, move speed is really nice. The attack speed is alright. It's one of the things that I have least upgraded. But the most upgraded thing is actually the raw damage to the regular shot. The basic shot is doing 320 damage in each critical. It's doing about 160 damage on average, and the critical chance is amazing. It's a huge critical chance. I forgot to show you the little stats window, and I'm sure we'll see it eventually. I also have an unused item that is such a crutch of successful runs. It allows you to destroy scenery just like that. It is the leftovers or something like that it's called. I also have the hallway pass, which allows me to dodge the first attack that lands on Cordy. That will be always dodged in every single room. It's one of the really, really good items that you always hope to get. And really the leftovers item, it makes rooms like this completely trivial. Like, oh, you wanted to go for all these confusing things and have a bad time about navigating this room? No, sorry, I'm just going to destroy all this scenery and not give a crap about what you're throwing at me. And I'm gathering a ton of money. I'm also trying to keep my life kind of low because the upgrade to my shots happen when I am low in life. I think it's 25%. And then at 10%, but I don't want to go that low. And as you can see, I have a super boosted, no, maybe not that much, but pretty well boosted base health. You start with 150, right? No, 100. So I have gotten so many upgrades to my health, which I was kind of looking for because I was picking them on purpose, since I have these items that upgrade my shots at low percentage, also the shots and the defensive capabilities. So it really did pay off really well. As you can see, I'm dodging quite a few shots. If I could complain about one thing of this build is the juice boxes. They're not that upgraded. They only have maybe a couple upgrades. If it's healing for 40, I guess, yeah, I do have quite a few draughts. I just don't have the doubling of effectiveness of the juice boxes. But other than that, it is an extremely effective build. I also have the electricity happening at random around me. There's a lot of damage happening here. I also think I have the item that, yeah, makes the enemies catch on fire now and then, dealing some extra damage on hit. As you can see, I'm just dodging left and right. It's pretty much saved this run because I do get hit quite a lot, and there's not really much you can do about this unless you're out of this world skilled in dodging. By this point in the game, the library is full of crazy things happening, all sorts of projectiles and enemies that go super fast. The light radius is extremely reduced, so you can't really do much against projectiles unless you have snap reflexes super quick, which I do not do. I mean, they're okay, I do all right, the reflexes department, but they are by no means superhuman or above any kind of significant measurement, whatever the hell I'm trying to say here. My reflexes ain't so good, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, making our way through the library. At first I considered, maybe I should just rush towards the exit. Here I'm trying to just destroy the scenery just to make it a little bit easier, just taking the time to destroy everything. Since I knew that I would be backtracking, probably I will be backtracking. But anyway, I was trying to decide, should I rush towards just the boss fight so I don't go through these rooms, which probably are going to damage me more than they help me. But then, you know, I kept like keeping track. Okay, do I break even in each room? Is it worth my while to go into these rooms, or am I losing more than I'm gaining? It was all a net gain for the most part, because I'm doing so much damage. I am destroying so much scenery that would normally be in my way and make things much harder. Like a room like this, it is a nightmare to get in there in a legitimate way, but thanks to the disgusting leftovers, I am just getting rid of all the scenery that make things harder, and I can just squeeze by there and open that chest like it's nothing. It's freaking easy. Also, just careful not to grab those caltrops. I think that's, yeah, piercing shots. So an even better build. This is an excellent build to be in the library with piercing shots. Everything's so much easier. And the boss room was right there, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to at least find this. Ooh, nice, that's right, I got the potato battery, which is really important to have in a successful run. I have not even needed that. And here I'm deciding, do I want this, do I want that? The potato battery is really a no-brainer, especially knowing that the administrator fight is the way it is. So many projectiles all over the place. The potato battery just makes it so much freaking easier to deal with the enemies. And as you can see, my critical chance, I think I saved this right. My critical chance is pretty damn high. About half my shots are critical hits. Especially if I'm standing close to the enemy, because I do have that upgrade. Or that, yeah, an upgrade, that lesson, I guess, in the vernacular of our darker purpose. I have that lesson that increases the critical chance whenever I'm standing close to the enemies, so it comes very much handy. Yeah, but yeah, about half, maybe about 30%. All those criticals, hell yeah! Lots of damage there. So I decided I'm just going to clear the whole thing because I am gaining more than I'm losing, and this level seems to have just so much money and a lot of resources. I have 11. Luckily those things don't hurt, it's just confusing. I have 11 juice boxes already in the library. That's pretty much unheard of in my experience in our darker purpose. I usually have much harder time here. I'm losing health constantly, having to pull from my stockpile of juice that I have gathered up to this point. Here's where I start actually losing more than I'm gaining, but still I am actually pulling ahead. Ooh, yikes, I almost died there. I was pretty scared for a moment. I mean, not right now, because I know how this run ends, but at that moment of happiness, like, holy crap, I just pushed my health to 9. And I think this is the point where I realized, wow, these people are hitting me for like 30-something damage. By the way, Also, I have the item, or the lesson, that makes everything do 50% more damage. I guess that speaks of how great this build is, that even with enemies doing 50% more damage, I was able to get this far and have so many juice boxes, which I had to consume quite a few now in the previous 30 pretty much in the previous minute or 20 minutes or 3 minutes of the run. Maybe at this point I'm pretty much regretting, maybe I shouldn't have gone to clear everything. Maybe I should just rush towards the boss and hope for the best, because I am kind of falling behind here. But you know, it is the I think it is the administrator's fight. I am going right behind that, and or maybe not, maybe we are one level behind the administrator fight. Yeah, I think there was one more boss, so I guess we'll find out pretty soon anyway. It's an adventure, win this together. Yeah, regretting very much clearing everything, but I was already committed, so whatever, man. We're going to check out everything, make the best out of this last level before the super administrator fight, which is always a huge pain in the ass. I got hit there like a dumbass. But, oh no, there's still one more path to uncover. And I think I'm trying to get enough money to buy the rest of the stuff that was in the vending machine. And, you know, I also have 2 more juice boxes on the map, so it's not like I'm hurting for more healing items. I'm like, I consume a bunch of things, but I'm still okay because I have that nice buffer. Going to put us up to 9. And that's it for this floor. We're going to go into the boss fight and hope for the best. Luckily, now I am actually aware of how it works. I'll be able to follow or track where those red papers are coming from. Allow me to destroy all the teleporting portals, all the spawning portals, that much easier, or that much easily. Still though, it's still a pretty big challenge because I'm going the wrong way here. I realize it right now. Still really challenging fight nonetheless. It's a lot of stuff going on. You get hurt a lot. So if you don't have a big ass stack, and you saw there, you glimpsed the ton of stuff that I'm carrying. I'm going to just get that juice box, and I'll be pretty much good to go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the fight has a ton of projectiles going. Okay, I thought that I was almost done, but there's still one more floor to go. This is better Cordy, the one boss fight that we have not seen before, so that's why I started recording at the beginning of this floor. Also because, you know, I don't want to make it just, oh, this is the final fight, and that's it. She shoots anytime that we shoot. I don't know about that, actually, that statement, if that's true. But I do know that she uses chalk anytime that I use chalk. At least I think she did. But I could be wrong, though. You know, for a better Cordy, you're going down like a bitch, so I really don't feel like you're that better than me. Maybe different. You don't have to be better. You don't have to be competitive like that. Jeez. We get a nice log. There's still about 50% missing of these. Better Cordy is like Cordy, except better in every way. It isn't clear if she was created by Regan or the terrorists, blah 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 blah. You know, all those logs I've actually gone and read them, but it feels pretty pointless too. Yeah, there we go. This is the highest library. Oh, and we get a level up. I'm probably going to go with a 20 damage. Yeah, it's silly to pass up 20 damage whenever you get it. Saying that, yeah, better Cordy, yeah, all the log entries, I've gone and actually read them. They're pretty entertaining, actually. They're pretty good, but I felt like, you know, that will bog down the playthroughs quite a lot, so I'm not going to read through that entire tripe of all the silliness in the log entries. This feels pointless. Might as well just let you do that in your own Our Darker Purpose playthroughs. Look at that damage now. That 20 damage is huge, especially with the critical strikes. Is going to be fantastic. Make this whole level go that much faster. And I'm pretty certain I decided to just explore the whole thing again because I want to make the best out of it. Then again, you know, I am really well positioned to go into the last boss. So maybe I figure I really don't remember. So this is why I am taking guesses here. That I am so well positioned to kill the last boss that I might just go straight into the boss fight because there's nothing else to do in the game. You kill the final boss, then you go to the final boss, and then you're done. So it feels pointless to be min-maxing at this point, where victory is pretty much assured. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you or anything, but if I am posting a run that I did on post, that I am commenting on post, that you can kind of guess where this is going to lead. Either way, I am going to tell you that this run was fantastic. This build is amazing. Should I just rush into the boss? No matter what I do, my call is I should have just rushed into the boss, because there's no way I'm going to need even more resources than I already have. Especially when I have almost full juice boxes. I got pretty lucky in that respect too. We got that knapsack that gives you an extra 3. Also, the donations to the counselor gave me yet another. I think I covered that in the previous run. Yet another juice box to start with. This damn dark person thing, it is a pain in the ass to find, especially with the really reduced vision in the damn library. It's pretty tough to navigate the library with the reduced vision, and this is after I have the item that increases the light considerably. So I can only guess how bad it will be without it, although maybe it doesn't affect it. I am not certain about that, how that works. Completely empty room. Let me start that sentence again. A completely empty room with the exception of those fat monsters, fat demons. Here I opened up a little bit with the extremely handy leftovers. I get through, there we go. Why navigate the maze when I can just destroy all the books? You would think Cordy would just, stride over the stupid books. She's a little bit retarded. I'm sorry, Cordy, I told you that, you can just raise your knee and you can, in fact, go over a tiny, tiny stack of books. It's really not that difficult. You really should try that out. And something weird that I noticed in this run, I am doing sometimes a stupid amount of damage, like, let's see if we see it. Yeah, I dodged that and I did 148.2 damage. Clearly it's because, well, not really clearly, it's not that clear. I was wondering for quite a while. But that reason is I have the, I think it's called the mandrake or something. It's this weird plant that damages every enemy on the room, or in the room, anytime that you dodge or resist. And I guess it is based on some kind of strange percentage, perhaps on the damage that I do. 70% of the damage that I do or something. 148.2. What the hell is that? I mean, what's the percentage there? I have no idea. And this is an even more powerful secondary attack type of damage. I think I grabbed, with the exception of the bubbles, I grabbed which by the way are right here, but I just don't have the money for. I was like, man, I wish I could have that, because then I will have the entire menagerie or the entire collection of. Here's the boss fight. I was like, nah, I'm going to go explore because I'm just so damn greedy. But I would have had the entire collection of secondary damage that you can possibly have. It will be the bubbles, the flames that shoot out of your butt, and the flames that shoot out of the enemies. The musical notes and the electricity. I don't think there's anything else. So there's a ton of secondary damage going on here. Yes, so really, really nice. The leftovers also work to kill these stupid things, and I am making a point here to destroy it. Although I'm kind of noticing that sometimes my shots will destroy them, and that is because I also have the item. At least now I'm thinking that's probably because I have the item that with a 5% chance it will destroy the enemy outright. And I think it just applies as well to those stupid skeletal seagulls or whatever the hell they are. Which is quite handy. I did not realize that until just now. But the leftovers also makes really short work of it. And I should be working as well on getting hit on purpose. On the first time that I get hit is offensively because it will do damage to the enemies, but on second thought really it's a silly strategy because I am bound to get hit anyway, and it feels like I will be just wasting my life if I did that. And here I'm trying to find the end of this level. We're pretty damn close. This level's been going on for quite a while. So this is probably going to be the second to last room in this library, and then we'll go into the administrator's room. And that will be fantastic. Yes, indeed, that was I thought I remember. It hasn't been that long, possibly 1 week since I did this run. And now I'm going back to comment on it, so it's not really fresh in my mind. But for the most part, I remember okay. Oh yeah, there's this one path I did not realize it was here. But there's a little bit more money. Maybe I can get a little bit of chalk or something. I don't know exactly how many tokens I have. I think I might go back to the... Yeah, I figured I can just dodge through that since it's a guaranteed dodge. I might go back to the vending machine. I might have gathered enough money to buy the last item. Yes, indeed, I'm going to go try. I got 18 tokens. I think I figured, yeah, I'm going to go into the last fight. I really don't even need more freaking damage. What I'm going to do is invest on these juice boxes because consuming every juice box will gives me 3 damage. And here is the administrator. Look at the ton of damage that we're doing to the administrator. I very much on purpose tried to use those flames offensively. Since he chases you around, it is a perfect moment to use the flames. Just roll constantly. Also, the musical notes help a lot. Here, the musical notes drive into him. The flames, he walks right straight from them. It only took 3 spawns of this man. I think maybe 4. Yeah, because he despawns pretty quickly. So if you don't have a ton of damage to deal, this fight can last forever, man. But luckily I have a ton of damage happening, and I have just the right kind of damage as well, because all this indirect damage that is just trailing behind me works perfectly to kill the administrator. Here getting damaged quite a lot. I figure I might as well start taking the juice boxes since it will give me a little bit more damage that way. The guy spawns again. He gets burnt. I think it's just gonna drop right here. Yes, indeed. Awesome. I might even level up as I go up here, but we have complete level 11, and then we get to the final boss. A vigilant mind endures all. And here's the final boss. I think I already showed you. Yes, in the previous run I died to this asshole. And I have to say, when you have this build, this fight is trivial. This fight is nothing to me. It was so damn easy. I just gotta keep fleeing, keep dodging those papers flying after you. It's really super duper easy, and I do have a bunch of chalk that I didn't even think of using. But he's already halfway down. I have to say, this boss fight, I don't think it's any harder than the administrator. I think the administrator is harder. In fact, I would say the Regan is harder than this fight. But you know, maybe I'm biased because I had this fantastic build where I could pretty much deal... most of the damage I'm dealing here is all indirect. It's the flames and the musical notes is dealing a shitload of damage to the enemy. But I do like the design, don't get me wrong. It is a very cool design for this fight, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I endorse this fight where it is a completely open area, and the floor 12 has been completed. Hard mode, wow. As the paper creature dissolved around her, Cordy found herself walking back through the library. She was no longer in control of her actions. There was a crowd surging through bookcases toward the staircase, hundreds of Corys stepping carefully over the scattered books and papers that covered the floor. They streamed in from each of the floors, covering bramble from the terraces and stain from the kitchens, descending towards the entrance. Not one of them spoke. As she reached the front door, she could see that they had ripped down the gate. They were spreading across the countryside, more than could have ever possibly fit in the school, and still more behind her. The voices she heard seemed to be coming from somewhere else. Someone was laughing, in a kind of choking and repetitive way, almost like crying. There was distant shouting. I could not read the last of that, but it was very ominous and very scary, and that is the end of our darker purpose. There is hard mode now. I don't know if I want to use that. I don't know if I even want to see it, because this game is already extremely hard, and if you don't get the right type build like I did, you're going to fail miserably at trying to get to the final boss. So yeah, I'll probably check it out. I might even post a run with it or two, but I think I have officially finished our darker purpose. I might come back to it just for the fun of it. I might do 1 or 2 runs, but I say the same about the Risk of Rain, and I had no desire to go back to it. So this is probably it for our darker purpose, and I think I'm going to just spend this counselor, credits on the counselor, because I can. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That was our darker purpose. Overall, I do not regret having started. It's a fun game. It is a little too similar. The runs become a little too similar to one another to warrant the desire to just keep going over and over and over, like maybe Binding of Isaac would. So yeah, I'm going to say it was lots of fun. I don't regret it. Great game. Let's move on. And I hope that you stick around for the next game. I don't know what that will be, but we'll find out shortly. Until then, I bid you farewell.